We began our product development process after deciding to work with a Nozomi segment, which was new parents. When Nozomi started her interviews, she had no idea what the common problem would be. However, after spending almost an hour with each of her interviewees, she developed great insight into the challenges of taking care of a newborn. Throughout the interviews, Nozomi discovered that the common emotions new parents experience were frustration, irritability, and being overwhelmed. She also concluded that the biggest challenge new parents most often deal with is lack of sleep. We decided this would be our best segment to work with, as it had a 60% early adopters rate. Nozomi and I had the same segment for our initial interview assignment. However, we decided it would be beneficial to work with Nozomi's segment as she had pinpointed a challenge and had the most early adopters. Having the same segment ended up being beneficial as combining our list of interviewees allowed us the opportunity to work with many new parents in order to truly maximize our research and ensure we were headed in the right direction. When it came time to work on our solution ideations, we truly allowed ourselves to explore as many ideas that we could come up with, even jotting down the unrealistic ones. After discussing all of our ideas together, we were able to narrow down and create a list of ideas that we initially thought could be viable. These ended up being a nanny that comes into your home at night to tend and care for the baby as the parents sleep, an educational book on the baby's sleep cycles, including instructions and tips on how to put the baby asleep, a program that would train parents to improve the quality rather than quantity of their sleep by understanding how to maximize their REM cycle, and finally, a helpline that had a video call option with sleep experts available 24/7.
We decided on a book that would give parents step-by-step instructions on how to maximize the quality of their sleep. We had to change our value proposition a couple of times because we were missing a competitive advantage that sets us apart from the hundreds of other books in this category. And we saw what was missing in the market was books that focused on improving the sleep of the parents, not just their newborns. So we decided that our value proposition would be focused on making sure parents of newborns are getting better sleep as well. We had a hard time deciding whether to go with a hard copy book or an ebook, but we ultimately decided on the more affordable option of publishing an ebook. We browsed through the web to get an idea of the different price points. We did a follow-up interview with 5 of the parents to ask them which of the 3 price points they preferred, and most of them chose this middle price of $20.44. Some of our biggest expense would be hiring a certified expert, probably a doctor, to review our ebook. And we'd also need to pay a freelance writer, and we would need to purchase some audio equipment to record the audio version of the ebook. And we realized that most of our costs are pretty flexible because we can decide how much we want to spend on each expense. And advertising would actually be the most costly expense out of all of these. After plugging everything into our financial projection sheet, it looks like we would only be financially viable in the first year if we got both the early adopter and early majority of our market buying this ebook.
One of the main experiments we used to showcase our book was the website, which was also our main channel for reaching our early adopters. A landing page containing the business basic information like email and a contact form, and some branding elements such as our logo and name, Better Baby Sleep. The first thing visitors see is our message that evokes the emotions identified in the previous validations. This message focuses on the visitor's problem and not on the possible solution. Below is our call to action. Here's your guide to better sleep. We used the same pattern for some advanced SEO elements such as keywords, icons, and capital letters to attract visitors to our site through social media, mainly Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We also used the word of mouth with relatives and friends, and of course our initial early adopters. As a result of the experiment, we had 67 unique visitors and 29 active leads who expressed their interest in our book by sharing their personal email through the subscribe form. This exceeds our initial projections. We were also able to identify opportunities. We learned that visitors from direct referral spend more time in our site and that the most popular page is our product page. But Facebook visitors that made up almost half of our total source of traffic spend little time on the site, and these may pose a risk to our business.
In the end, if we were able to reach the optimistic ratio, we will end up doing the majority of the work in producing the book and not being able to pay ourselves a salary to make the business viable. Therefore, as a team, we do not believe that the business is worth pursuing. Based on our customer interviews, we determined that customers wanted different versions of the educational book. We researched how much it would cost to produce a hard copy book, an ebook, and an audiobook. Viably, we focused our efforts on creating a combination of an ebook and audiobook. We wanted to make certain that we were ethical in how the book was written by ensuring we got a professional sleep expert's assessment on our book. We took into consideration factors such as how much it would cost for a professional sleep expert's time, how much it would cost to hire ghostwriters, or if we should write the book ourselves. We also considered hiring a professional voiceover artist to record our audiobook, but it would be more viable to record the audio ourselves. The research and analysis of where we can cut expenses took the majority of our time. When we launched our business and our social media accounts, we garnered 29 people who signed up to buy our book. But it was unclear if the numbers reflected people who were interested in the book or if it was just friends and family showing support. Unfortunately, we were not able to come up with a definite answer. It would have been an asset to this whole process if we were able to include a step to ensure that potential customers wanted our product before launching to see if we can garner some interest.